Joan, I'm starting to realize how clever the man who invented the internet was.
Why do you assume it was a man who invented it, Terry? Women are just as capable of inventing things.
Stop twisting everything I say to you, Joan, assuming that I am being politically incorrect. There's a word for people like you, it is called being woke. I am an educated woman. I read in Bella magazine that a man from Switzerland called Tim invented the internet. Some other men had a hand in it as well. I'm simply stating a fact. I never veil my words, Joan. You know that I'm a straight talker.
You are a bully, Terry. You should join Mrs. Hazel, Kevin Foster, the St. Mary Church Tory councillor, and wife of our MP, who has been made to do a course about how to treat people nicely. It seems tailor-made for you as well.
Don't pretend to be all sweetness and light, Joan. I think that we should move swiftly on, before we fall out big time. I must pop into Carter's later and buy a tub of those strawberry fizz sweets. They are amazing to suck on, and lubricate my dry throat.
It will be nice to have a tub sat next to the telly, as we watch the Platinum Jubilee celebrations this weekend.
I told you what happened the last time I went down to Carter's, didn't I?
I'm sure you did.
Well, this naked man was standing at a window in the Doss house. Everything was on show. But frankly, he was nothing to write home about.
Terry, I do hope that he didn't hear you say that. Men can be very sensitive when it comes to size.
I don't care, Joan. He's the latest pain in the anus up here. What's more, he had a syringe in his hand, and was pointing the sharp end at his meat and 2 vegetables.
Perhaps he has sugar diabetes, Terry. You're assuming there was something sinister going on.
Joan, for God's sake, we're talking about Melville Street here. There's only one reason that anyone would stab their private parts at a window, overlooking Torquay's infamous Golden Triangle, right in the heart of Torquay Town Centre.
So, what happened next, Terry?
Oh my God, Joan, he only went ahead and plunged the needle right into his bits. The onlookers, who had gathered in the street, all gasped out loud in shock. Of course, as a lady, I promptly turned my head, and did the right thing, and carried on my way down to Carter's.
Was that it? That's relatively tame, for what can happen around here, Terry.
Oh, the best is yet to come. As I left Carter's, I heard shouting and breaking glass. It was coming from the direction of Melville Street. Suddenly, half of the second-floor window, where the man stood, crashed onto Melville Street. Dangerous glass shards went everywhere, covering parked cars, the road, and pavement. Thank the Lord that no one was walking past, otherwise, it would have been curtains for them.
Oh Terry, please dear. I can't get that image of the man naked at the Doss house window out of my mind.
A couple of holiday makers came along Melville Street. The woman said to her husband, "My God, they're all mad here. Why the hell did we choose Torquay for a weekend away? I'm scared."
Torquay Council must realize that by refusing to take the right action and deal with all the poverty and deprivation, as they promised before the last election, there will always be some detriment for everyone in Torquay. Poverty, and what goes on up here, isn't something they can afford to kick into the long grass.
You're right, Joan. You can't ignore situations where drug dealers rent local flats from dodgy landlords, just to sell their illegal substances from. The dealers even give names to these places, like the post office and supermarket. Throwing people with mental illness and other problems to the wolves, by accommodating them in all these squalid houses, alongside hardened addicts and criminals, just isn't humane. Torquay is better than this.
I agree with you, Terry. Too many holidaymakers leave Torquay having been shocked by what they see. I say it again. Wake up, Torquay Council. We have a fantastic canvas here. It doesn't have to be marred by poverty and deprivation.
I'll hear from you later then, Joan.
Okay, Terry, I'll phone you tonight, right after Emmerdale.